Think about the one thing that you wish you started 5 years ago. Now, for a lot of people watching this, the answer is probably YouTube, because you've been watching YouTube from the sidelines, watching people who are probably less qualified than you, less experienced than you are, talk about the things you know better than they do, building audiences, building income, and you've been thinking, have I missed my window? Well, you didn't. In fact, this is the part most people get completely backwards. Being over 40 isn't the obstacle, it's actually the advantage. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why. Not theory, not motivation, absolute proof. Now, I'm not telling you this from the sidelines. Here's what I actually built. A faceless content channel, over 37,000 followers in 5 months. Voice only, no camera, no face. Over $1,000 a month from the Creator Fund. I did that at 57 years old, using knowledge I'd been carrying around for decades and never really even thought about turning it into content. But here's the part that still surprises me. The knowledge wasn't new. The platform really wasn't all that complicated. The only thing that changed was my decision to try. And now I'm building this YouTube channel in real time. Same age, well, almost. I'm about to be 58. Same starting point as most of you. This channel is different from every other YouTube channel giving you advice about YouTube, because I'm not teaching from the sidelines. I'm not someone who figured this out 10 years ago and is now looking to tell you what to do. I'm building this channel right now at 57, almost 58, and every video I make here is part of that story. The wins, the mistakes, the numbers, all of it. Now, most YouTube channels about YouTube only show you the highlight reel. This one shows you the whole game. If you want to build something alongside someone who is actually in it with you right now, this is that channel. And stick around, because that's exactly what this is. Let me address the objections directly, because I hear them constantly. First, isn't YouTube oversaturated? Well, for generic content, yeah, it probably is. For content built on decades of real experience, genuine expertise, and specific perspective that only you have, no. That lane is wide open. And here's something happening right now that nobody in the YouTube advice space is talking about. Viewers are exhausted and tired. They're exhausted by the clickbait, exhausted by hyper-energetic influencer content, exhausted by AI-generated videos that are technically polished and completely soulless. YouTube is shifting toward authority-based content. Viewers want credibility, they want depth, they want someone who actually knows what they are talking about. And that shift is not good news for the 22-year-old with a ring light and a script they wrote in about an hour. It's very good news for you. Second, doesn't the algorithm favor younger creators? The algorithm favors content that holds attention, earns trust, and keeps people watching. Those things don't peak at 25. They develop over decades. And here's something most people don't think about. The audience with the most disposable income, the most loyalty to the creators that they trust, and the most patience for content longer than 60 seconds is the over 40 demographic. You're not creating for an audience that doesn't exist. You're creating for an audience that is massively underserved by what's currently on the platform. Third, and one I struggled with, I don't know what to talk about. This is the one thing that stops people cold. And I want to challenge the way most people think about this. The question isn't, what should I talk about? The question is, what have I already been talking about for 10 years that other people would pay to hear? You don't need to pick a niche in one day. What you need is a starting direction. Think about 3 to 5 areas where you have genuine knowledge or experience, things you could talk about without even researching, things people have come to you for advice about, things you spent years doing or loving or living through. Start there. Create content across those areas for the first 90 days. Then open your analytics and let the data tell you what's working. Your audience will show you your direction. You don't have to guess. But here's the thing none of those objections actually explains. If the data says this works and the timing has never been better, and the platform is actively shifting toward what you offer, then why hasn't everyone over 40 already started? The real reason is that most people over 40 have been taught, directly or indirectly, that their best years of building something new are behind them, that the platform is for younger people, that starting something from scratch at this age is, well, naive or embarrassing or too late. Well, I want to push back on that directly. The skills that YouTube rewards most in 2026, patience, consistency, depth of knowledge, the ability to trust with an audience over time, those are not qualities that peak at 25. They're qualities that develop over decades. You know how to show up. You've done it for 30 years in a career, a family, a community. You know what it means to do something difficult and keep going even when the immediate feedback isn't there. That is not a small thing on a platform that requires exactly that. And here's the part that nobody really talks about. Something I didn't expect when I started building content online. It's genuinely fun. It's not easy, but it is fun. It's taking a concept, building a script, finding the visuals, putting the editing together. It's kind of like a puzzle. Every piece just has to fit perfectly. Every cut has to earn its place. And when it comes together, when you watch it back and it actually works, there's this real sense of satisfaction in that, something I haven't felt in a lot of other things I've tried at this stage of my life. Now, I've spent 30 years in corporate training. My job was to take the complicated things and make them land for a room full of people. This is the same skill, different room, but you own it completely. No committee, no approval chain, just your idea, your voice, and whether or not it connects. The objection I most often hear are from people who are almost ready to start is this: there are already so many channels about that topic. Why would anyone watch mine? Well, here's what's wrong with that question. I spent years as a corporate trainer, and one of the things you learn quickly in that world is that there is no single way to explain something that works for everyone. Now, some people need a story. Some people need a framework. Some people need to hear it from someone who looks like them, sounds like them, has lived something similar to what they've lived. Multiple voices saying similar things is not competition. It's how knowledge actually spreads. The person who finds your channel and connects with how you explain something, well, who knows? They may have already watched 5 other channels on the same topic and none of them clicked. Not because the information was wrong, because the delivery didn't resonate. Your version of the message may reach people that nobody else's version reaches. That's not a consolation prize. That's actually the entire point of creating. Now let's talk about money, because honestly, that's why a lot of people are considering this. And I'm going to be straight up with you, because I think you deserve honest information more than you deserve a sales pitch. The majority of YouTube channels never get monetized through AdSense. A very, very small percentage of creators make anything substantial from ad revenue alone. If your entire strategy is to hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours and then just sit back and collect checks, well, that's a long road with a modest destination for most people. That's the honest version. But I think that's the wrong way to look at what YouTube actually is and what it can actually mean for you for an income standpoint. AdSense is one income stream. It's not the only one. And for most people over 40, building income online, it's not even the most important one. YouTube is a platform that builds trust and an audience. What you do with that trust is up to you. You can use affiliate links in your description with products you actually use and recommend, a digital product your audience wants because they trust you, a lead magnet that builds your email list, a coaching offer for the people who want to go deeper. The challenge is the foundation. Everything else builds on top of it. Is it patient work? Yes. Does it require consistency? Absolutely. But here's the question I keep coming back to. You're going to spend the next 10 years doing something. The question is whether any of it compounds. Now, before you can talk yourself out of it, let me tell you what starting actually requires. Most people assume it's a very long list. It isn't. It's just 3 things. 1, you need a camera, and you already have it, most likely. The phone in your pocket shoots better video than the cameras people paid thousands of dollars for 5 years ago. That's your camera. Next, or number 2, you need a microphone. This is the one thing we're spending some money on. Not much. A decent clip-on mic runs about $30 to maybe $80. Audio matters more than video quality. If people can't hear you clearly, they leave. Good audio buys you enormous patience from viewers for everything else. 3, a window. Natural light is the best light available. Sitting facing a window during the day, that's your lighting setup. Phone, mic, window. That's it. And if you're building a faceless channel, which is entirely valid and exactly what I talk about a lot of times on this channel, you don't even need the window. My name is Christian. I'm 57. I built this channel because I believe people over 40 are the most underestimated creators on the internet right now. And I'm proving it by building this channel in public, one video at a time. So back to the question I started with. What do you wish you started 5 years ago? The answer for a lot of people watching this is sitting right in front of them. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need the perfect niche or the perfect setup or the perfect first video. Most likely it's not going to happen anyway, not your first time out. But you do need a starting direction and the willingness to figure it out as you go along. 5 years from now, someone is going to ask you what you wish you'd started today. Don't have the same answer twice. Drop a comment and tell me the one thing that's actually been stopping you, not the surface reason, the real one. Now, I read every comment, and I'm building this alongside you. If you're figuring out which income stream makes the most sense to start with, well, I've created the Over 40 Income Starter Kit, and it's exactly what you need. It's in the description below. It's absolutely free. It's 8 questions, takes about 5 minutes, and it matches your situation to the stream that most aligns with your actual life. Now, if you've got something out of this video, subscribe. Every week I go deep on one income stream or one tool or one strategy. And as this channel grows, well, you'll see exactly what's working and what isn't in real time. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. I'll see you in the next one.